Join Carol Davies on Global Voice Radio, the host of Only the Best for You. Be a change maker and unlock the secret to your best life.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast, Only the Best for You, here on Global Voice Radio. My name is Carol Davies of the Passion Motivator Coaching Company. I'm so pleased each week to share with you the best information and speakers about how you can be a change maker to make the world and yourself the best you can be. Today I'm reporting to you on a topic that has been of great interest to me. How can you change up your sense and use of gratitude to get a new sense of purpose and happiness in your life? It's interesting that the author William Arthur Ward once said, "Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings." Gratitude is the unique quality of being entirely thankful for what you have, as well as always being ready to appreciate and help others. Gratitude is one of the primary keys to living a happy and prosperous life. For when you show gratitude for what you have, you are content with your life and positive about all that it has to offer. Almost every day, we say thanks. We absent-mindedly tell it to the grocery store checkout clerk and to the barista at our local coffee shop. But are these sincere expressions of gratitude or merely a response that we've been conditioned to give? So what exactly is gratitude? Is it something different than saying thanks? Or is it the thanks a component of gratitude? A simple thank you can have a powerful impact on both the person communicating their appreciation and the person receiving that appreciation. This is especially true when the genuine emotion of gratitude backs the word. The question then becomes, what exactly is gratitude? The Roman philosopher Cicero described gratitude as the greatest of virtues and the parent of all others. It is the key that opens all doors and is the quality that makes us and keeps us young. This statement, spoken more than 2,000 years ago, is quite compelling. It speaks of gratitude as a virtue or a quality of being. Gratitude is just this and so much more. Gratitude is also an emotion. It is something that we feel deep in our hearts. We can feel it towards others when people are grateful to us, or when we see a person express gratitude toward another. As a sentiment or as an exchange between people, there is simplicity to being grateful. And yet, when trying to understand this simplicity, we can find a more complex meaning. Gratitude is an emotion, it is an experience, and it is a conscious choice for awareness. Connections in your relationships are both strengthened and fostered with gratitude. At its core, gratitude holds an experience of universal belonging. We can experience a real sense of overall well-being when we practice the intentional cultivation of gratitude in our lives. If you feel a lack of gratitude in your life and are afraid that it might be creating a void, it is time for you to act and learn how you can develop gratitude to live a happier life. If you are currently in a difficult situation in your life and think that it is impossible for you to be thankful, then it's time you learned how to cultivate gratitude and achieve greatness. With your determination and effort, you can quickly develop a sense of gratitude and become content with yourself and your life. You can learn about what gratitude is and all the benefits it can bring you in your life. If you're ready to improve your overall well-being and live a happier life, then you can learn to cultivate gratitude and achieve greatness. Gratitude, like any skill, can be learned, and you can develop habits of gratitude. With practice, gratitude can become a choice. You can learn how to bring gratitude into your life and improve your relationships. Now let's look at the power of positive emotions and gratitude. Wanting to be happy isn't an unrealistic desire. However, we seem to be misinformed about what happiness is. At times we may think that we can find happiness in a new computer, a new shirt, or a new car. Other times we may believe that indulging our impulses will make us happy. While these things in and of themselves aren't bad, you need to consider if any of these things have brought you true, lasting happiness. Now, I found this interesting recently. There was a study of twins that demonstrated that approximately 50% of happiness levels are based on genetics. This means that there is some predisposition to happiness, but that also means that half of our happiness isn't wired into our DNA. Another study determined that 10% of our happiness is determined by our life circumstances, such as wealth, relationship status, health, etc. That means if 50% of our happiness can be attributed to genetic makeup and 10% to circumstances, then that leaves 40% of our happiness up to us and our behavior. This 40% means that we have a significant say in how happy we are in our lives. It's not all up to chance or someone else's whims or intentions. We have a choice. So what does this have to do with gratitude? Well, it turns out that research has shown that grateful people are indeed happier people. Gratitude can reduce the frequency and duration of depressive episodes, which makes a lot of sense because it is hard to feel bitterness, anger, envy, hostility, or resentment when you are feeling grateful. By its nature, gratitude has the capability to block more negative and unpleasant emotions. When it comes to gratitude, it is essential for you to realize that the feelings you experience are valuable and that they all serve a purpose. When you feel afraid, you may become anxious. This emotion puts your body in a state of alertness so that you're ready for anything and can grow in tune with your surroundings. Feeling anxious when you are walking down a poorly lit street at night is an appropriate emotion and can help keep you safe. That same feeling of anxiety prior to speaking publicly can prompt you to prepare for the event and help you to have an excellent presentation ready to go. Emotions that are typically referred to as negative are merely more unpleasant to experience. These can be such things as bitterness, sadness, guilt, regret, shame, envy, resentment, and anxiety. Now, they're not necessarily bad, but they can be uncomfortable to experience, especially if they feel that you often have your mind somewhat programmed to focus on these emotions and give them more of your attention than perhaps you need to. This is because these are essential emotions in that they give you valuable information about yourself and how you're responding to your environment. Without these emotions, you wouldn't know if there was danger lurking around the corner or if you are viewing something that is opposed to your moral and ethical values. These emotions can prompt you into acting. The downside to these specific emotions is that you can quickly get stuck there and you begin to find yourself living in uncomfortable places. Gratitude and other positive emotions don't discount the negative experience, but can help you keep things in perspective and keep you from getting stuck in those negative emotions. Practicing gratitude is one way to transform your experiences toward more positive emotions and improving your relationships. If you work with appreciation, you will begin to shift your experience toward the positive. So, what are some of the benefits of gratitude? Gratitude has also been proven to increase our capacity for experiencing other positive emotions. Often, gratitude is described with the same feelings connected to it, like love, compassion, humility, comfort, passion, and confidence. Cultivating gratitude can be a direct way to enhance these other emotions in your life. Another benefit of gratitude that has been supported by several studies is that grateful people are more resilient and resistant to stress. When you can find the ability to be thankful for the things you have in your life, you find yourself able to move through challenges and difficulties in your lifetime and more easily each time it comes up. Gratitude helps us to see our strength, open our hearts, and experience the fullness in our lives. The good news is you don't have to go through a crisis in order to find gratitude. Gratitude is an opportunity that is there waiting for you every day. Gratitude can be learned. With practice, gratitude can be a choice, an intentional way of viewing the world. This is not to say that you should discount or make light of difficulties or painful experiences in your life, but you should choose not to let yourself become overwhelmed in these times and find a way to see beyond them. You can look with gratitude at what you learn about others and yourself, and when you're moving through hardships. So, how do you use gratitude in your relationships? It's easy to get caught up in the hectic routine of everyday living and forget to express our appreciation to those that matter to us the most. Take a moment to think about the relationships in your life and consider a time when you felt gratitude for that person. One of the most common mistakes we could make in our relationships is the assumption error. This occurs when we assume that someone in our life knows that what we are thinking or feeling, or when we believe that someone else should know what we are thinking or feeling. The problem with this is that if we don't let these people in our lives that are important to us know that they matter, they don't know that they matter. For most of us, we have stopped being consciously aware in our lives. We have turned on autopilot and are merely drifting through life. Our brains and bodies have become so familiar with our routine that we put little thought or attention into our daily lives. Our minds are usually busy making lists, recalling events of the day, or thinking ahead, that we've stopped being consciously aware. We tend to go through the emotions that we know so well and miss out on all the nuances of the experience in the process. Now, here's another question. How can we communicate gratitude? Having an increasing awareness of gratitude can have a ripple effect throughout our relationships. There is evidence that when we share our gratitude, whether in kindness, words, or gifts, we nurture our relationships, helping them to grow stronger and wiser and closer. Knowing this, it makes perfect sense that we need to explore how we can convey our appreciation to those that matter the most to us. Well, there is nothing wrong with expressing your gratitude by saying, "Thanks a lot," or "Nice work." These expressions of gratitude are often taken for granted and seldom convey the message as powerfully as we want. One way you can verbally express your appreciation in a manner that will foster connection in your relationships is by including 3 things in your expression: observation, feeling, and need. In sharing your observation, you just state what you observe, like holding the door open, washing the dishes, or taking out the garbage. These everyday actions do make a difference, but they often go unacknowledged. Sometimes just letting someone know that you noticed can make a world of difference to that person. Next, you need to let that person know what they did had a positive impact on you. The final aspect of communicating gratitude is often the trickiest. It can be difficult to acknowledge that we need others, but we do. It is important to remember that we don't exist in little bubbles and that we are consistently affected by those around us. Letting someone know that they were there when you needed them is an open doorway to establishing a connection with others. When it comes to thinking about your own relationships and opportunities for gratitude, don't limit your expressions of gratitude to the things that people give you or do for you. Sometimes it is just as valuable to share your appreciation for who they are as a person. Let the people in your life know that you not only appreciate what they do for you, but by who they are as well. Take the time to comment on someone's generosity, thoughtfulness, compassion, or just being who they are, and see how much happier you may become in your relationships. Now, here's something to think about. Gratitude empowers us. On a psychological level, practicing gratitude allows us to become happier, more positive, and more amenable to finding joy and pleasure in everything we do. Showing gratitude for the things we have and those around us also has social advantages as well, because we become more generous and compassionate in our dealing with the world. Studies have shown that gratitude helps us on both psychological and physical levels. Physically, when we practice gratitude in our lives, it can help to boost our immunity levels, which in turn can lead us to living a more healthy and energetic life. This can help to reduce the likelihood that we will fall ill and allow us to live a more active life. Gratitude can empower us to understand better that life is all about the moments lived, rather than continually looking out for the good or bad moments. Gratitude teaches us to be grateful for all the moments that make up our lives. For example, take the case of someone who has just been in a car accident that resulted with them being hospitalized and having their leg in a cast. Now, instead of moping about how they would have to stay in the hospital for a couple of weeks, the person is grateful that their life was saved and could look forward to catching up on some reading, perhaps visiting with friends, or other related activities. Gratitude helps us become more thankful. The best thing about the empowering nature of gratitude is the fact that it makes you view your own self in a new light. The more thankful you are for everything that is good in your life, the less you will dwell on those aspects of your personal life that fall short. Gratitude will also make you a more empathetic person who can appreciate the achievements of others without feeling envious. This can free you up to focus on doing the things in your life that work for you. Gratitude also helps you become more energized. Among the many beautiful ways that gratitude can empower your life is the way that it ends up energizing your being. The very act of embracing the positive and letting go of the negative can make you view your life with hope and optimism, which provides you with enthusiasm to give your best in everything that you do. Gratitude is like the sunshine that breaks through the window and illuminates the room when you open the curtains in the morning. Anybody and everybody have a need for this vital catalyst that can bring exciting wonder into your world. Gratitude also helps you find meaning in life. Life is more than relentless pursuit of material possessions and achieving goals. Having a sense of gratitude for what we have and wishing the best for everyone else puts us on the path of self-realization, allowing you to have contentment as a constant part of your life, as well as enables you to reach out to those who may need your help. Gratitude also allows us to become more sociable. People who practice gratitude have more positive energy and tend to be more popular because of their more pleasant and affable personality. This can help you make more friends and have a deeper, more meaningful connection within your relationships. In general, grateful people are more helpful, more social, more trusting, and more appreciative. I truly hope that you will find some great takeaways from my words today. If you want further information or want to talk about more ideas about gratitude with me, contact me through my website, www.thepassionmotivator.com, or by email at coachcaroldavies@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Remember, you can change your life at any time and become the success you want to be. Thanks so much, and I look forward to connecting with you again. Bye now.
Tune in every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern for Only the Best for You with Carol Davies on Global Voice Radio.